Good morning, students. Hope you are well and safe at your home. As you know, this is Rajni Singh, your SST teacher. Today I am here to discuss our chapter, that is natural resources. In this chapter, we will know about what is natural resources, classification of natural resources, uses of natural resources, and the conservation of natural resources. So let's read the chapter.
Natural resources are the resources given to us by nature. We get them from the earth and the environment around us. Natural resources are all around us. They are the air we breathe, the land we walk on, the water we drink, the plants we enjoy, the wind that blows, the animal life surrounding us, and the sun that gives us heat and light. Natural resources are very important in our life. They are used by us to fulfill our daily needs. Natural resources are called the wealth of a nation. Many countries have developed their resources and have become rich and prosperous. Some countries are poor and backward as they do not know how to use and make them useful and valuable. When any country doesn't have a certain resource they need, they can trade with another country to get the resource.
Students, before knowing natural resources, let's know about what is resources. Resources are something which satisfy our needs. Resources are categorized into two parts. First one is natural resources, second one is man-made resources. In this chapter, we will read about natural resources. Natural resources are the resources which we get from the nature. We get them from the earth and the environment around us. It is present all around us. As you can see in the picture also, it is in various forms like sun, animals, rocks, minerals, soils and water. All these are the example of natural resources. Students, do you know natural resources are also called wealth of nation because many countries have developed their natural resources and they become rich and prosperous. On the other hand, countries who are not able to develop their natural resources, they have to export it from other countries.
Now we will read about classification of resources. There are two types of natural resources. First is renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources Renewable resources are the ones that can be used again and again. They are inexhaustible. Some examples of renewable resources are wind, sunlight, and water. Now, non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are the ones that do not grow or come back. Once non-renewable resources are used up, it takes a long time to replace them. They are all exhaustible and cannot be replaced. Some examples of non-renewable resources are oil, coal, copper, diamonds, natural gas, minerals, iron ores, gold, silver, and rocks. Fossil fuel is also one of the non-renewable resources. Though it can be replaced, it takes millions of years to form from the dead and preserved remains of any living organism.
Natural resources are further categorized into two groups. First one is renewable resources and second one is non-renewable resources. Now students, let's understand types of natural resources. First one is renewable resources. What is renewable resources? These are those resources which we can use again and again. For example, wind, sunlight and water. Now come to the non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are the ones that do not grow or come back. Once non-renewable resources are used up, it takes a very long time to replace them. For example, non-renewable resources are oil, coal, copper, diamonds, etc.
Now we will read about uses of natural resources. Natural resources are used in several ways. Many of them are essential for our survival. Industries and factories are hugely dependent on natural resources for their growth and development. We need fuel and energy to run our machines, gadgets, and vehicles. Most of the things we use in everyday life are derived from natural resources. For example, milk, which we get from cows, makes animal a natural resource. Vegetables that we get from plants and salt, which is a mineral, are also natural resources. Woods that we get from trees are natural resources. They can be used to build houses, make paper used in fireplaces and in stoves for cooking. Water from rivers is used to produce electricity by building dams.
Now students, let's know about the uses of natural resources. Natural resources play a vital role in our life. It plays an important role in various forms, like it is used in industries and factories hugely. Our factories and industries depend upon natural resources. They need fuel and energy to run machinery, gadgets, and vehicles. Most of the things we use in everyday life are derived from natural resources. For example, milk, which we get from cows, makes animal a natural resources. Vegetables that we get from plants, salt, which is a mineral, are also a natural resources. Woods that we get from trees are natural resources. They can be used to build houses, make paper, used in fireplaces and in stove for cooking. Students, water from rivers is used to produce electricity by building dams.
Some natural resources can be used directly while others are processed. For example, air and water can be used directly. However, there are other resources which need to be processed before they are used. Some minerals are separated from their ores so they can be used by us. Now, petroleum is taken out from the earth in a crude form. It is refined and converted into petrol, kerosene, diesel, and other products. It is these refined products that are used in house and industries.
Students, some resources are used directly, but others are processed. Natural resources like air and water used directly, whereas we processed minerals and petroleum before its use. As we know that petroleum is taken out from the earth in a crude form. It is refined and converted into petroleum, kerosene, diesel and other products. It is these refined products that are used in houses and industries.
Due to the rapid rise in population, natural resources are being used in large quantities. Research is being conducted by scientists to produce alternative energy sources. Solar energy is one such source of energy. It is rightly described as the resource of the future. Advanced countries like Japan are developing cars that can run by solar energy. In India, biogas plants are successfully being used to provide fuel for cooking. Research is being done on how solar energy can be used for different applications. Today, wind is used to produce electricity with the help of windmills and wind turbines. The business of producing electricity from the wind is growing fast. It is said that soon wind farms will replace coal, oil, and gas power stations.
Trees. There is a major concern regarding natural resources. Due to the rapid rise in population, natural resources are being used in a large quantities. Research is being conducted by scientists to produce alternative energy sources. Solar energy is one such source of energy. It is rightly described as the resource of the future because some advanced countries like Japan are developing cars that can be run by solar energy. Other alternatives of natural resources are biogas and windmills. In India, biogas plants are successfully being used to provide fuel for cooking, whereas about windmills or wind energy, it is said that soon it will replace coal, oil and gas power stations.
Now we will read about conservation of natural resources. Human activities are the biggest threat to natural resources. Their availability is being reduced due to their overuse of misuse. Let's Let us take an example of our natural resource, water. With increasing industrialization and population explosion, the existing water resources are being overused and misused. Water is being polluted and the water sources are being depleted. If this continues, our planet will soon become dry and barren like a desert. Even air and land resources are being affected. There is only one solution to this problem: conservation and protection.
As we see students, natural resources are how much important for us, still human activities are the biggest threat to natural resources. Their availability is being reduced due to their overuse or misuse.
We must make sincere attempts to conserve and protect our resources so that our future generations are able to use and enjoy these resources as we have done. The Responsibility of taking care of these natural resources lies on our shoulders. As responsible citizens of the earth, we must understand the importance of this task and do the needful. We can do our bit by reducing our trips by cars, encouraging carpooling with friends, walking, taking bus or riding our bicycle instead of driving. Reducing consumption and wastage of electricity and water. Reducing wastage of paper, recycling all old papers and using recycled paper bags. Planting trees whenever and wherever we can.
As we see, natural resources have great importance in our life. We must make sincere attempts to conserve and protect our resources so that our future generations are able to use and enjoy these resources. So, what we must do to conserve and protect our resources? First one is we should reduce our trips by cars, encouraging carpooling with friends, walking, taking bus or riding our bicycle instead of driving. Reducing consumption and wastage of electricity and water. Reducing wastage of paper. Reducing old papers and using recycled paper bags. We should plant trees whenever and wherever we can. Students, now it's time to do activity from the chapter. In the activity, you have to make a chart of natural and man-made resources. I hope students you understood the chapter very well. Thank you and have a nice day.